Hey everyone, we've got more Highlander for you today as I'm continuing my series of taking a look at my games from the Season 11 of Premiership Highlander in ETF2L. And first off, we took a look at Coal Plant in the upper bracket final. This is another playoff game. This was in the semi-final, and we played on Lakeside. Lakeside being a King of the Hill map. A lot of you will probably know it, having played it in casual or in comp at some point. But taking a look at this, we've played Lakeside a lot over the past couple of seasons. It wasn't in ETF2L for a while. They brought it back for Season 10, and since then we played it a lot in Season 10 ETF2L, in UGC, and again this season. And it was picked in the semi-final, so this was us against Super Dickman's SCCK. So this was a chance to get into the upper bracket final. So this was the first map. This was us starting off. I'll just continue and we can just take a look at the gameplay. King of the Hill map, so obviously I'm going to be healing my team and healing my demo on the rollout as quickly as possible. You see, I'm trying to spread the heals out, trying to flash those people on the left hand side, just give them a little bit of health for those who are trying to get to the pool house. Arrowing my demo man as quickly as I can. I didn't really buff my scout there very well at the start, so he had to come back to me. And we lose our demo very early on, so I've got faith in my pyro to protect me, so I'm just trying to keep him nice and healed. Missed my arrow there, but we kind of quickly realised stuff's not going very well. I don't know why I had my Ubersaur out there, because I wasn't making, like, I was just waiting for him to come to me, and if that spy had come to me I would have Ubersorbed him, but it's just kind of a threatening pose rather than actually me going for the kill there. But my pyro did a great job in keeping me alive, so I stayed alive on that mid-fight. So despite us essentially losing the point, I've stayed alive. That means we do have Uber, and we're pushing in from this lower right hand side at the moment. I'm just waiting here. It may look like I'm baiting my team, but I'm just waiting for someone to give me a call that the sniper's not looking. Okay, and we do get a couple of kills there, including one on their demo. He's very important, but we are losing players, and it's not going too well for us, because I think we're just getting spread out and we're losing 1v1s, which you don't really want to have to fight at 1v1. So I'm just trying to stick. Our players, who are alive, are sticking together. They do Uber. I could have held on to that Uber a little bit longer, I feel. But then I've got my demo and my scout. For those of you who know who those two players are, they are not two players. They are two players that you would quite happily have in an Uber, Thalash and Ali. That medic is stuck in there and does get taken down by a demo. So not only do we recapture the point, we've also taken down their medic. We have an Uber advantage now. We're just trying to set ourselves up on the point as best we can. Try and get a little bit of little bit of aggression out to scare them off. And basically this is all I'm trying to do. I do see that spy. I do heal the spy. And I get an assist on my own heavy. Bit embarrassing. It happens. I was going to try and heal somebody else there, and obviously with the crowd of people there, it's accidentally flashing the spy, giving a little bit of a buff. But in the end, we take him down. He would have taken down our heavy anyway. I'm just about to get to Uber, so I'm holding back on the point because we don't have really that much kind of presence anymore. And the scout's right on me. That was a bit of a... I didn't really need to pop there, I guess. The scout was on me, but I could have waited to see if he actually landed that meat shot. If he'd landed one more meat shot on me, then sure, I could have popped, but that was a bit of a preemptive pop there. I was expecting more damage, and it's meant that there's going to be an Uber advantage for the enemy team now, so we have to be careful. And I have to try and get away here. I heal my scout not only because he's close to me, but because if you heal your scout, you move faster. I'm just trying to buff my sniper so he can maybe stay in the fight and get some sort of pick going on here. But yeah, if you're ever trying to run away from an Uber or run away from something, that was really silly of me. I'm like, oh, I want to be involved. Let's shoot an arrow. Could have died there. But I have stayed alive nevertheless. But yeah, if you're ever trying to get away from a situation, healing your scout is a good idea. I feel like I heard the spy there. I thought I heard an uncloak. I'm not sure whether I heard it during the game, but I definitely heard it just now, so I should be checking my back. But I've got my team with me, and we actually get the point without having to use Uber. And now we're just going to collapse on them. The medic doesn't have Uber. I'm flashing my scout in because he can run fast. I can zoom around. We can get a lot of damage done there. Just arrowing my team there just to keep my pyro alive. You see my scout's going quite ham. He's just getting killed all over the place. And then we're just kind of back on this point now. Just healing ourselves up. My point here is just try to keep my sniper with as much health as possible. As long as my sniper is like got lots of health, he's not going to die from a quick scope from the enemy sniper. So we cross over. I wait for the sniper to have a shot, and I can see, because he's running the Machina, I can see the tracer, so I can see the fact that he shot, and that's where we go into pool house because we feel this is going to be a better hold. But we start to lose players here, and I'm just saying to my my scout, you might need to stay with me here. We're going to use Uber, and we're going to get aggressive on them just to clear out some space. And I tell my scout, I'm like, I can't reach you, and that's why he sort of stumbles back there a little bit. And we do pick up a lot of frags. I'm not sure if we get the medic or not. We killed the demo, we killed the heavy, we killed the pyro. I'm stood here. It may look really weird what I'm doing, but it's because I know exactly where the sniper can. You see, Burn is the enemy sniper. Our scout gets a 10 kill streak, takes that sniper. I can be more free on the point. But when the sniper is up and I know where he is, I know where to stand on the point so I don't get a headshot. So that's why I was kind of edging around those wooden boards on the point. With so little time, sorry, I should say, left on the point, the enemy team has to collapse onto the point. There you go, Thalash on an 11 kill streak there. Absolutely dominating, and our team just did really well. I didn't die in that round. They protected me well. We got out at the right times, and everything went pretty well despite not winning the mid fight. So once again, just trying to. This time I come on the left hand side. I still think I missed my scout. I went left side in order to be able to flash buff people better, but it doesn't work. And I got to make sure I give a nice buff to my soldier. So things didn't go perfectly there. Our demo man, he knows when to say, like, when he wants an arrow, he'll say, I want an arrow. And then I just arrow him and then get him back into the fight as quickly as possible. We get really aggressive here. We're just running across the point. I go to arrow the medic, but I arrow my spy, sorry, which is why he got all of that health, plus 118. And he gets the kill on the medic anyway. So we actually win that mid-fight. I stay alive, so I've got 100% Uber. My Pyro playing over in pool. We're deciding it's a little better for him to just move over there for a bit. Well, he makes that decision really. He just moves over where he thinks is best and just calls for an arrow. You can't stress enough how helpful it is as a medic for your team to tell you when they need an arrow and where they are. Once they do that, now something jumps in there, it's the demo, and I use. I could have waited, but I saw a couple of stickies raining down on me, and from past experience, if there's two stickies around you and they get deaded before your team kill them, you're gonna die because two stickies is pretty much enough to take you down. So I do use there, probably not the best pop, but I kept myself and my team alive, and I think that's better than the chance of me dropping there from that bomb. The soldier jumps in. I'm trying my best to dodge, and great reaction there from my heavy to gun him down. I'm trying to arrow him to keep him alive. I have no idea what movement he's doing here. I think we were in two minds of whether to get in or get out, and we decide to actually just back off of this point. So we got like what, a minute and 20 seconds there, minute and 18. I've stayed alive. I'm at 95% now. The scout's getting really aggressive here. I'm getting a little bit nervous because we're on our own, but we got our demo with us now. But that scout is guaranteed to have called us and said where I am, so we have to be quick and onto the point. Again, I saw that sniper tracer. It meant I was comfortable to get across, but I don't want to get sniped here. And the idea was to try and move ourselves into the pool room, but our demo gets backstabbed, so we don't really have that spam pressure. And at this point, it's just kind of playing it by ear and seeing what's going on. They do use Uber. I got a little bit too aggressive there. I wasn't sure of what was going on. So I was in a pretty bad position there. And I'm not in a great position here either. I shot an arrow there. I'm not sure what I hit. Sometimes you can hear what class you hit and stuff like that. But in the end, because our team didn't overcommit, we just waited for the respawns. Then we did get... I was waiting for my engineer there to come up. He asked for heals. Instead, he doesn't want to soak up heals when I could be healing somebody else. So he just waits by the dispenser. But if someone says medic, you can often gauge where they are because you see the medic kind of symbol through the wall. And then you can try and predict your arrows. So again, we're on the point. We're in control of this round at the moment. I've got Uber. It's up to the enemy team to make something happen here. And I'm just looking in the sky every now and again. Just, is there something jumping? We see the snipers lower right. So that means I can kind of show myself on the left here. I don't have to hug that wall really closely, and it gives actually, once I know where the sniper is, I can actually hold myself better because I know I can look in the sky. But then we do lose our sniper, we lose our heavy, and I just use here so that we can get an exchange going on. That's not so much that I was in danger, I just wanted to force them to use while they were, you know, on the low ground. And then that last pistol from the scout takes me down. If we'd had somebody else there, surely I would have survived. Our demo did as best as he could. But that last kind of bullet. But in the end, because they kind of chased for that, we are actually holding on to the point. A little bit of action here from Raptor, our soldier, fighting soldier. You can see he kills the enemy soldier, as you can see on the kill feed. But during all of that, because of our team grouping together, we've actually held on to the point. So they're going to have to jump in now. They have to get onto the point to force overtime. I use an arrow there. That burst healing is so much more helpful. And we just kind of stay back here. We're taking a lot of damage. We can't fight them on the point at the moment. We have to see what kind of picks we can get. I'm just trying to heal my my pyro and my scout, because they have good DM. As you can see, they kill a lot of the stuff. So I can try and heal stuff here, and there you go. My pyro doing a great job protecting me. Kills the scout, kills the demo as well. And then our respawns are coming in now. We are getting great picks. I give my heals there to our demo man because he had crit heals, and that's better than trying to keep healing my my heavy. Unfortunately, my heavy does die. We do use Nuba, but I have to flash a lot just to keep my teammates alive. But we are getting kills. We've got a lot of time on the point. They have to come along and contest it. I see the sniper tracer. That's a bad thing about running the Machina. The enemy team is going to know where you are. But again, Flash on another long kill streak there, 10. But the rest of our team just doing really, really well. But yeah, just knowing where that sniper is allows me to know, as a medic, where to position myself. And that enables me to kind of give better heals out. But this time I do give a buff to my scout. He decides to walk through main this time, just make it easier on the heal order, and to make sure everyone else isn't slow. Give a fat buff to my soldier as well. And everything's working out pretty well for us on the rollout. Except for those two things. And their spy and their sniper combine. The soldier jumps really deep to get me. I thought I was safe. Didn't think he would get me, but he does jump in very deep there. And eventually does pick me off. But yeah, I mean, we were doing pretty well there until the spy kills our pyro. If I'd shot my arrow maybe a second earlier, it was just because of the downtime after having shot it the first time, he may have stayed alive, but at the same time our demo and our heavy get killed by the sniper. So we lose that mid-fight, and I die. So we lose the mid-fight, and the soldier comes in here. That is the most epic reflex you'll ever see. That is why Steve is the best pyro in the world. That soldier should have killed me, but you know, having a pyro of that quality on your team, I beefed that arrow there. Tried to predict him as he came around the corner, but I ended up shooting it into the stone. And then they're just throwing bodies at me at the moment. They just really, really want to get. I thought he was going to keep running, but he stops. It's the worst thing with arrows. When you predict someone's going to move, they don't move. But we've got some good picks, and then the soldier jumps in and kills me with a kind of a synced rocket, which was unfortunate. We could have won that fight. Maybe if we'd kind of used the Uber there, but he came in and it was a good bomb by him. I didn't realise we didn't have control of that left hand side, so I wasn't expecting a soldier to come in from there, so all of my attention was on the front. I decided against taking the telly because I'm not exactly sure what our state of play is at the moment, and I'm just trying to say to my team, where are we, what's going on, because I don't want to run out and get killed. And they've already chalked off a minute and a half here. So, you know, we're losing players. I've died, what, 2 times already, including a drop. You've got to not let that affect your team. You may be behind in the time. Look, they've nearly got 2 minutes off the clock already. And I haven't even used an Uber this. You know, and as well, personally, I've got to not let it affect me that I dropped. And we can still get our way back into this game. So I'm at 50%. We know that they've got a bit of an advantage. Don't think their medic has died. And I'm running away here because I'm assuming I got the call, there we go, that they've used Uber. I'm just trying to keep my Pyro alive as best I can because he is very, very important. But then the soldier comes in from behind, and he does take me down again. No idea where he was. I think he must have been playing on our balcony. And we weren't really expecting him to be exactly behind us. We're kind of looking up in the sky waiting for him to jump. So he does get me again. We do recapture the point, but we are so far behind in the time. It's like 2.5 minutes behind. They've only got 35 seconds left on the clock. So I do spawn with my heavy, which is not ideal for the rollout. So I'm taking the teleporter. It's sometimes good to get there with your heavy because you're healing the whole time, but I wanted to get there and heal everyone else as fast as possible. As you can see, I gave my sniper a buff there that allows him to keep fighting, and then I can regroup with my heavy. But sniper does go down in the end, and they've just got so much time and presence on the point. We have to be careful we don't lose too many players here. I heal my NG here. He's got the crits on his Frontier Justice, and you'd be surprised how effective that can be. So I'm giving him a buff here. I want him to get aggressive. And we're saying, go in and do something. And he does actually end up forcing the Uber. But again, the soldier is on me, takes me down, goes for a really, really deep jump. It would have been good to have had somebody there with me to, my pyro would have maybe have reflected, or somebody else maybe have blocked. But it just, the way it happened, didn't have anyone with me. So I've died quite a lot here. They've recaptured the point. And we're losing a lot of players, so we're not in a good position right now. We're really not in a good position. We've got to capture the point within the next 20 seconds, otherwise it goes to the next round. So I'm just trying to heal my fighting classes. My scout and my pyro are really, really important. My demo obviously can kind of control the ground, but my scout, I can move as fast as my scout when I'm healing him, and he can do a lot of damage. We do just force our way in there. We're just really aggressive on them, and we just win the fight. Which is what we had to do. We had no choice. We had no choice. If we had just waited for the Uber, the time would have run out. So we now can't let them capture the point. If they capture the point, then we lose the round, and we have to go to another round because it's the first of 3. It's currently 2-0 to us. We need this round to win, but they need this round to stay in the game. So basically, we're under a lot of pressure. We cannot let them capture this point. We've got to hold on for another minute and a half. It was about 2 minutes and so when we did capture the point. So it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. You've got to stay, make sure you don't make any mistakes. And I'm holding in pool room this time, just a different hold to keep them guessing. They've had to use Uber really, really early on here. I use the Uber onto my pyro, so he has to force them to flash. Instead of them just having a solo Uber and it lasting for ages, our pyro makes them have to flash the other player on their team to keep them alive. My heavy, as you can see, was looking in the sky there. He called something was jumping. But our spy behind enemy lines does get a med pick. But I was trying to get the arrow on my demo there, but our heavy took it, which is not ideal. I wanted our demo to be the ones getting the arrow, so he can stay in the fight and keep fighting, because he can do a lot more damage. And again, I'm healing my scout because I can move fast. It's harder for enemy team to hit me if I'm moving fast. And we still hold on to this point. We've got 25 seconds now, so the pressure is definitely on the enemy team now. I've nearly got Uber. I just need to kind of keep my team alive with this Uber. I'm getting a little bit of health there. I just stayed by the dispenser a little bit to get over 102 health. 102 is kind of the magic number because the enemy spy I know is running the ambassador. He goes for the headshots a lot, and I don't want to get sniped and drop my Uber. So I just get over that 102. We kill a lot of players as they're coming in, and I use the Uber on the point. Just flash as many people as I can just so that they stay alive and can keep fighting. And we just have to block them coming onto the point now, and we do stay alive. This time it's Steve, our pyro, who gets the highest kill streak with 7 in a row, but we do win that 3-0. So yeah, there we go. That was us on Lakeside during the playoffs. So we did play it again. We did play it previously in the regular season, but I thought that would be more interesting because it's against another playoff team. It was obviously a knockout game. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Lakeside we haven't actually looked at before in any demo reviews. I'm trying to look at maps that we haven't looked at before. So next time around, we're going to take a look at Steel and have a look at how we played that one during the regular season. Please feedback and any ideas. Before you ask, because people ask every time, I am asking my teammates whether they've got some time to go over some demos of their own and we can get a bit of insight for the different classes. So will hopefully be coming in the future. But thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.